Evening, everyone. It is a little late, 7:30, but there was a lot going on, and I had a lot to do today. I want to start off by saying that the degree of inane stupidity that the Biden administration, without any solid thought about the consequences, would recommend that we give away the intellectual property of our biotech companies is beyond stupidity. Uh, you give away the vaccine, not the methodology for its development. There are issues other than the method that will prevent most of these countries from being able to produce it. They don't have clean facilities. They don't have raw materials. They don't have the knowledge and the know-how to actually produce this with quality control. These jackasses in Washington need to wake up and realize China steals our IP, and we have problems with it, and our companies have problems with it, and our supply chain has problems with it, and now they want to give it away. It's just beyond me. It really is. So on that news, we had Pfizer moving down 40 cents, which is not overwhelming because Pfizer is still only trading, a little bit above where it was when we made the announcement. But Moderna was down over 5%, $8.84. And you need to remember that their platform is seemingly usable, and they are running a whole bunch of new cures for different cancers. And we would give away the wherewithal to do that. Novavax, 169 or so, down 1170, 6.5%. Same situation. And today's market was, another day where we had a split market. But the fact of the matter was we had a lot of good news with a lot of bad market action. None worse than Etsy, which beat top and bottom line, had good guidance. The stock had closed 184.57, down 388 before the earnings came, and closed within pennies of the low at 166.12, down 22.33, or 11.7%. And while the Dow closed up, made a new high, and closed up another new closing high, up 97.31, or about 0.3%, it closed barely mid-range. The NASDAQ, which had an inside day and was up, closed down 51.08, down almost 0.4. This is its worst 4-day decline since last October. The S&P did very little of anything, up 293. The Dow Jones Transports closed up 14, also not even worth discussing what the percentage was. And the Russell closed down about $7, down 692, 0.3%. And of course, more of the good news, bad action. Uber beat top and bottom. The stock is $48.84, down $4.17, 7.8%. Fastly, FSLY missed, and it was punished. You have to remember that in February, this stock broke from 120 when they lost the hosting and distribution of TikTok closed today 48.10, down another $11.19, or another 19%. And that takes it from 120 to under 50. So pretty substantial. On the upside, we had Under Armour, which remarkably is beating Nike on the profitability of its shoes. The stock beat both top and bottom. It was trading around 26.5 on the high, 26.45 actually, and it finished the day up 7% at 25.42, up $1.62. 7%. So, I'm sorry that I'm being so vocal about this, but it just amazes me that, we could give something so valuable away to people who won't even be able. It's like giving an 8-year-old a Ferrari. It's very nice to do it and everything, but what the hell are they going to do with it? They don't know how to drive. Most of these countries do not have the wherewithal to make a vaccine. So be magnanimous. Give them the vaccine. In the futures, we have the chart on the screen is, again, lumber. We've switched from May, which expires next week and is actually trading a little higher than the July. But the July was up $63, which was limit up, same as yesterday. They'll expand it again tomorrow. It did open higher. It got all the way up to limit up and then sold all the way back down to just about unchanged, and then turn back up. So I mentioned this morning we might get to see a limit up, limit down day like we did here to set off at least a bit of a pullback. We didn't get it. I just assume we'll get it tomorrow. We are at the top end with the close today of 1544.5. We're at the top end of the range that I was counting on. Just on the measured move from, from this high back to this recovery low and the breakout and adding that up, a measured move. But we're through that now, and, we'll have to see what it does. Another market that was pretty volatile today was the oil, which had very good news that should have been very supportive. In anticipation, it was up big yesterday on the news that it looked like we were going to have a draw instead of a build in stocks, crude stocks, that is. And we got up as high as almost 67. And they reported an 8 million barrel draw, and prices turned down. So, we've pulled a bunch of it forward, I guess, like we have with a bunch of the earnings, which is why we're getting the good numbers pulled forward and bad market action. And that's pretty much what we had here today. And tonight, it's down another $0.50. The Bitcoin rallied again pretty hard, up about almost 3,000, 2,780, I believe was the number. And basically, the Bitcoin seems to be, hanging in that area of support. Today, it made a slightly lower low. Yesterday's low was 53,220. Today's low was a little lower than that, 52,830. Then we rallied up and made a higher high. And tonight, we're really not doing much of anything. We're up 120. up 160 now, but we're right back in that upper range. I really think that we have a little bit more work to do, but we'll see. The gold was an interesting day. It was kind of a short range day in the commodity, but it was on the upside, and it did close up on the day and near the high of the day after being down this morning. Same thing with the silver. The gold is up about $1 and change. As you can see, it's just riding along this 20-day moving average and closed right on the high inside day. So not overwhelming, but constructive. And as I said, higher tonight. And we'll take one more look at the silver. And the silver is, basically unchanged. It was particularly soft overnight last night, and got down to yesterday's low. Yesterday's low was 26.16. Today's was 26.16.50. So not a new low. Closed also near the high, and tonight is down about a penny. So that's about it. I'll be back first thing in the morning.